Haven't reacted to Jar in a while. I know Jar has kind of stuck his neck into the drama slop side of things, and now, like, his first video he made on iDubbbz was totally idiotic. I didn't react to it for the channel, but let's just say Jar's video on iDubbbz was so bad that he actually wound up making iDubbbz look good. That's how terrible Jar's video was. Jar is a total moron. He's an idiot. He has no self-awareness whatsoever, and I imagine that's what we're going to see in this Cruel World Happy Mind video that he made. I didn't cover Cruel World Happy Mind on the channel either, but she made a very defamatory hit piece on H3, and that's kind of like what we know from that. But yeah, I guess we're going to watch more autism intensify, I guess. Listen, I love people with autism, by the way, but yeah, you get my point.
In this episode of When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong, some blonde bimbo makes a terrible hit piece on a pair of Jews, and gets
What?
gangbanged by an entire podcast, then gets bullied by the entire internet into holding a strong political position that she literally couldn't give less of a fuck about just a week before. My name is Just a Jewbot, and today we're covering how Cruel World Happy Mind went from a woke socialist to a national socialist.
Okay, first of all, censor the fucking swastika in the video. He shows a swastika, and he's now showing the Israeli flag, so holy fucking autism. Like, listen, I love people with autism, but Jesus Christ, dude. Jesus fucking Christ, this edit is actually, like, literally making me lose brain cells.
Alright, so before you ask, no, I am no longer just a Chudbot. I am now just a Jewbot. I did convert to Judaism after my—
Is this what defending a fucking predator does to a motherfucker? Like, defending Cinnabar and, like, trying to goon to her so badly didn't fucking work out for you, and you lost a majority of your following for it, and you've responded to the drama multiple times, and so now you just decide to go on this, like, weird right-wing grifter pipeline? I guess that makes sense, considering the fact that, like, right-wingers seem to love pedophilia while defending a president that they vote for who's totally not on the Epstein files or anything, and that's why he won't release it.
Last video, I got my foreskin cut off, I flew to Israel, and I kissed the Wailing Walls. So Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home. What I'm trying to say is that if you don't like—
Cool. Antisemitism is funny. Wow.
Me for any reason, you are doing another Shoah, and I will be reporting you to the ADL so that you are banned from Israel, and I will have your bank account taken away.
I just really don't understand, like, wow. Literally defending a fucking predator literally makes you want to go to the right, I guess. I guess Jar has nowhere else to run to be fair. Like, no other group is willing to accept him because of how much of a fucking moron Jar is, so he decided to do this now.
If you're put onto your website, are you banned from Israel?
So being part of a tribe and all, I have to defend my fellow Jewish brothers, starting with Ethan Klein, who is now my new personal hero.
Yeah, Jar, newsflash, the H3 community is not going to accept you. I'm just, like, letting you know right now. Like, once the H3 community knows who the fuck you are, like, they are immediately going to fucking run, and they're not going to look back. They're not going to lose anything of value if they're not going to have you in their community. Like, I'm letting you know right now, Jar.
I'm getting a bit ahead of myself for now, though. This isn't a Tarantino film, so let's start from the very beginning, and with the person I'm going to be covering in this video. Meet Cruel World Happy Mind, a woman who by all accounts actually had a pretty normal start here on YouTube. About 5 years ago, she started making videos on MLM, which in my personal opinion is just objectively a really good thing to do. I think pretty much everyone can agree that multi-level marketing scams are just kind of objectively evil, and offer no value to society whatsoever. Like,
I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't really have much of an opinion on it because I didn't really pay attention to MLM content back in the day.
If a genocide happened, but only to the people at the top of these scams, not the lower rungs who are actually all victims, but the people at the tippy top who knew exactly what they're doing, nobody would fucking care. We'd basically feel the same way about an MLM genocide as the Europeans would feel about a genocide.
Alright, I have to censor that too. I literally don't even know how Jar has a swastika and slurs allowed on YouTube. I legitimately, like, I don't know, this might sound like a bit SJW of me, but, like, I feel like that's a bannable offense or something. Like, why the fuck is YouTube just allowing this guy to say slurs on YouTube?
That is to say, not at all. So with such a strong start, where did it all go wrong for Cruel World Happy Mind? Well, she slowly started to drift from scams and unethical practices done by LMMs.
The fucking predator to right-wing grifter pipeline has become way too large at this point. Not that Jar himself is a predator. I mean, I guess he did say that he was getting hard to 16-year-old girls, so I guess that technically makes him a predator. I don't know. I remember he was, like, saying, I have to try really hard not to get hard to, like, a fucking 16-year-old girl at a pool or whatever. There was, like, a clip going around of Jar saying that.
To celebrities and YouTubers. If she just stopped it there and kept it to scams, then there really wouldn't be any issue. But as you and I know, it never stops there. YouTube corrupts people. It rots them from the inside out, and turns them into a ghoulish husk of their former selves by exposing them to the way people really are. Example, well, although Cruel World Happy Mind's early MLM videos didn't perform poorly, it became pretty evident that she was getting more views by targeting specific people. Then she got even more viewers when she dropped the theme of scams entirely, and pivoted into basic bitch drama videos.
Right, so yeah, Cruel World Happy Mind went into the drama scene and then just made, like, slam dunk content. And that's how she was able to do well for so long. She thought that making an Ethan Klein video would be a slam dunk video, but it turns out it wasn't because she was incredibly deceptive and she cut out tons of context and she is incredibly dishonest, so... Yeah, Cruel World Happy Mind is... and she just hasn't been able to recover since then. She, like, turned into Nick is Not Green by responding to it too much. So, that's really where Cruel World Happy Mind lands at.
When your videos calling out scams are getting a couple 100,000 views, but your videos on drama are making millions.
Bro, look at your channel. Your channel's not even doing well either. You literally defended a fucking predator, Cinebear, and then you were like playing semantics about whether or not it was or it wasn't grooming. And listen, I've made my take on the Cinebear situation pretty clear from the beginning. I looked at the DMs. The DMs are pretty rough. Like, it's literally Cinebear sending a 14-year-old at the age of 20, cartoons about rape, like sadomasochism, and then like it was like a character of like Sans and this other character named Boy or whatever, and like Boy was like saying, you know, I am here to protect kids or whatever or something. It was like a weird pedophilia dog whistle in that comic as well, weirdly enough. It was fucking weird. It definitely is just not shit that you would catch me sending to a fucking 14-year-old at the age of 20. That's fucking crazy work. And Cine later admitted to doing it to hear their reaction on a leaked call with like Kumo and that goblin person or whatever the fuck. So yeah, it's a pretty open and shut case. Cinebear was actively asking the minor to engage in her fetish, weirdly enough. It wasn't an edgy joke or anything. I'd be more charitable if it was, like, edgy jokes or people just, like, goofing around, but it clearly wasn't. Cinebear was trying to ask them to engage in the fetish. Apparently, Cinebear was also, like, pressuring them to, like, draw NSFW art to some capacity. Like, there was, like, a level of pressure involved. So, there's, like, not only, like, a potentially an abuse of a power dynamic, but, it's definitely leaning towards grooming. It definitely seems like it was grooming. But whether, again, even if it wasn't grooming, even if it wasn't, it doesn't matter. The behavior is so fucking bad that, like, it doesn't matter whether it was or it wasn't grooming. It doesn't have to be grooming for it to be fucking bad. And Jar was, like, playing semantics about it, and now his channel has fallen off, and now he gets to sit here and dictate, oh my god, you weren't getting that many views? The lack of self-awareness on this fucking moron is insane.
Becomes pretty evident that people care more about drama.
Maybe I shouldn't have filmed this video today when I was, like, triggered, because I was already triggered from earlier today with all the fucking political shit that's happened, so I guess maybe this is a perfect time to film a video on Jar. What better video to film when I'm pissed off than making a video about the biggest idiot of all time, Jar?
A slop than they do calling attention to serious social threats that prey on women and ruin their lives on the regular. And for
Bro, you literally defended a fucking, like, potential groomer. What are you talking about?
Mine's weaker than that of my own. This black pilling can drive you absolutely mad. A woman goes into hundreds of thousands of dollars.
This is also the same guy who says he had to try really hard not to get an erect penis to fucking 16-year-old girls at a swimming pool. while he's like in his like mid to late 20s or 30s. I think Jar is like in his 30s actually, which is even more embarrassing.
In debt after being gaslit into it from a scam, and nobody bats an eye. But Trisha Paytas cries and says unhinged shit, and everyone loses their minds. Realistically though, her content went from being for women to women and gays. And now that she started making videos about VTubing, her content is now for women, gays, and pedophiles.
I'm pretty sure the Iron Mouse video she made was after the Ethan Klein hit piece, and her views have not been very well since the Ethan Klein hit piece, because Cruel World Happy Mind is not exactly the most honest content creator out there. I didn't react to the Ethan Klein hit piece. It's like 3 hours long. And I was more focused on like other drama at the time, so I didn't really care to cover it myself at the time. But yeah.
Looking at her content, she more so resembles someone like June the King, Turkey Tom, Jay Aubrey, and the now deceased Sunny V2, who is indeed dead by the way. I have confirmed this by looking at the comment section of his most recent YouTube videos. Rest in peace, sweet prince. I will never forget leaving your videos run on my second monitor while I was gaming, or watching them while I take a dump, or watch them while I eat in my car.
Okay, I'm gonna censor that word as well. He literally said, like, an anti-Semitic term that I just don't want to risk it. Like, I already got, like, a weird warning community guideline strike for a thumbnail I had on, like, a River Siver video, and so I just don't want to risk it. Like, it's just, like, censor that as well. As for all the other shit, brother, no one had blackmail on you. Like, everything has already been released to the public. Like, no one had any more blackmail on you, Jar. No one forced you to say that, and you still said that. You still decided to say all that weird shit. Okay. Yeah, alright.
Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Cruel World Happy Mind. You know, that's really a long name to keep saying over and over again. And she kind of looks like a Barbie doll. So from this point on, I'm just gonna start calling her Barbie.
Cool, I guess.
So yeah, she basically completely stopped making videos on MLM scams, and started exclusively making drama documentary type videos, employing all the tactics that generally entails waiting until the end of a big controversy, and act like you agreed with the winning side the entire time. A very cowardly tactic, but a smart one. One I myself have engaged in many times. I have 5 different editors working around the clock to—
Okay, I guess the strategy is gonna be, like, embracing being a lolcow and just making fun of ourselves while also going into the right-wing grifter anti-Semitic pipeline. I guess that's like Jar's new content strategy. You know, I said in the past Jar needs to make content again and stop responding to the drama, because that's like the typical advice I give to people who constantly respond to drama and handle controversy. But at this point, my advice to Jar is to just log off and never return to the internet. Like, honestly, and I know that's gonna sound mean of me, but like, content creation is clearly not for you. Like, you have no self-awareness, dude. You, like, lack any normal decency that any human being does. You're just not funny. Like, you like, are under the impression that, like, you're a fucking comedian or something. Bro, literally, like, Purple Perry Gaming has made me laugh more than you have, Jar. I'm not even kidding, and Purple Perry Gaming is, like, a fucking weird snarkard. At least he's made me laugh. You're not even funny. You're just not funny. I've never once the only time people laugh with around you, Jar, is when they're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you because they look at you and they go, "Oh, look, this guy's kind of adorable," or whatever. That's how people have always viewed you until you decided to defend like a weird fucking person that is seemingly grooming like kids, or that one kid. It seemingly is leaning towards grooming. I'm not saying whether it was or wasn't. Like, I don't think we'll know for sure, but it definitely is leaning towards the fact that Cinny was doing it with the intention of sexual exploitation. It's definitely leaning towards that.
You make 5 different versions of the same video to account for every possible outcome. The problem is that no matter how much you try to be objective and snake your way through these things, a little bit of your personality will always shine through. And that little piece of individuality that you usually keep hidden from the masses tends to be the thing that'll get you in trouble.
I think Jar's projecting a little bit. He thinks that, like, he has a good personality and he leaks through with it. But it's not actually helping him out whatsoever. I think Jar is just projecting a little bit there, which is a little bit depressing, but, you know, I guess You kind of did it to yourself, bucko.
For example, when Sunny V2 made that extremely transphobic video on the beautiful queen known as Ava Chris Tyson. That was just him being completely incapable of hiding his burning hatred for transgendered individuals.
Yes, no, it was a dogshit video. Sunny V2's video, even though Ava Tyson got outed for some stuff, which I think was very exaggerated by the public. I'm not saying Ava Tyson's good, but literally when you boil down Ava Tyson's controversy, it just, like, resulted in Ava Tyson messaging minors not with the intention to sexually exploit them. Just, it was, and I don't mean to say this in a transphobic way, it was extraordinarily edgy boy humor. They weren't appropriate conversations to be having, but it's pretty clear to me that there isn't even anything that remotely suggested that Ava Tyson was trying to sexually exploit the kids. I know some people were calling Ava Tyson a pedophile for the Shadman stuff. That I don't disagree with. I completely understand that, and I wouldn't criticize anybody for that, because I would say the Shadman stuff is worse than the actual interactions or the inappropriate, jokes that they were making around kids. I still think it was massively inappropriate. Ava shouldn't be a content creator, but it's pretty clear to me that there was no sexual exploitation of children. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Sunny V2's video was, oh, Ava Tyson's transgender, and that's going to be problematic for Mr. Beast. It always was, and it still is, a dogshit video.
I disavow all of it, even though he was right. And that motherfucker, Chris Tyson, was actually a total sex pest. That
What?
did factually indeed become a nightmare for Mr. Beast.
No, you are such a fucking moron. Jesus Christ, dude. That's not at all what happened. Where was Ava Tyson a sex pest? I'm sorry. Jar, haven't there been, like, multiple sex pest allegations against you? Like, literally, I've heard people make jokes about saying, Jar, try not to be a sex pest around women, challenge impossible. I've heard multiple people make that joke. What are you fucking talking about? Like, haven't there been, like, multiple sex pests? You also literally said that you tried hard, like, not to get hard around a 16-year-old girl. And also, Ava Tyson wasn't a sex pest. Like, literally, as I said earlier, Ava Tyson was having inappropriate conversations that were inappropriate jokes, shouldn't have been happening, but Ava Tyson wasn't trying to sexually exploit kids. I don't know what to fucking tell you. That's what happened. If you look at the evidence, clear as day, there was, like, no grooming. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But okay, I guess we're gonna go through the logic of, alright, Cinnabear, who seemingly was, like, trying to groom a kid, but they actually were engaging in sexual exploitation to some capacity by sending sadomasochism comics, and did it to hear the reaction of the 14-year-old girl. That person is less of a threat than Ava Tyson making inappropriate jokes to kids that wasn't even remotely suggesting Ava Tyson was trying to sexually exploit kids. Okay, got it. I love your logic, Jar. You like to defend a legitimate person accused of grooming, but then say that Ava Tyson is, like, an actual threat to society. Yeah, the person making inappropriate jokes that I admit shouldn't have been happening, that person is more of a threat than Cinnabear is. Got it. Thanks, Jar. I love your logic. I love hearing your fucking idiot brain just, like, speak out loud because you don't know when to shut the fuck up. Thanks, Jar. Cool.
I mean, a trans person making everyone around them look bad and being a weirdo to kids, that just doesn't happen.
You defended Cinnabear! What the fuck are you talking about? You were literally defending Cinnabear, who, in my opinion, is worse than Ava Tyson.
I'm as shocked as you-
Unless you count the Shadman stuff, which is weird, but, I mean, Cinnabear was actually, like, talking to a kid, so I don't know what to tell you.
You all are. Barbie made this exact same mistake when she attempted a hit piece on Ethan and Gila Klein. I don't think she got the memo that you can't outsmear the smear merchant. The Goy simply doesn't have the brain power to outsneak a Jew.
Jesus fucking Christ, the anti-Semitism in this video is just off the charts.
Last canon that was the Cruel World Happy Mind YouTube channel was exposed when the H3 podcast actually decided to respond. And if Barbie actually did her fucking research and had the ability to recognize-
You literally just got the fucking Ava Tyson situation wrong. What are you talking about? Now you're criticizing somebody else for not doing basic research? You're an idiot. This guy's an idiot. This guy's a total idiot. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. This guy was, like, dropped on his head when he was, like, a child, and the internal calculator broke on his fucking skull, and it hasn't recovered since. This guy's a total idiot.
patterns, then she would have seen this coming. Ethan Klein tends to respond to a lot of his critics, because unlike pretty much everyone else she has covered, Ethan, more so in recent times, tends to come out on top, especially against women. I'm not trying to say he's a misogynist or anything, he's not that cool, but he is Jack the Ripper maxing, because I don't think anyone else throughout all of history has owned so many women so hard, since—
You are not funny, dude. Like I said, you are just not funny. You are not funny, dude.
Jack the Ripper himself. The reception to Barbie's video wasn't just negative from Ethan's side, though. The more vicious people were actually Ethan's detractors. The H3 snarkers who don't think she went hard enough. To be fair, though, these people don't think you're going hard enough until you're harassing him in real life, or getting sued by him, so they're pretty crazy, and probably shouldn't be listened to. But all of this negative attention was the first time Barbie ever got it en masse, and this hard. She was surrounded from all sides on this, so when Ethan and Gila invited her onto the H3 podcast, she took the opportunity without a second thought, or any kind of plan in an attempt to farm sympathy, and maybe score a couple of points on them. So how did it go?
No, what happened was Ethan invited her, and I admit, I think Ethan was a little bit too nice to Cruel World Happy Mind. He confronted her, and she didn't know what the fuck to do. She literally just stuttered all the way through, and she was like backpedaling on a lot of her points because she was getting put on the spot, and then she started snarking after Ethan again, and then immediately went to Chris Kunzler's stream to snark on him again.
Was supposed to be a discussion, but she was claiming that this was a debate after the fact. So who won? Let's watch a little bit of it and find out. I can actually point out to you the exact moment that decided the victory on this little squabble.
Oh, there she is. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, so this is a few seconds into the debate. Barbie is beginning her opening arguments and she already lost. It was over before it even fucking started.
How?
But why, you may ask? Well, there's a lot of reasons as to why. Number one, this chick has absolutely no experience in a live setting. I'm sure she could beat her brother, or that meth head she kept talking about in a one-on-one debate in real life.
What? What the fuck are you even talking about?
But not Ethan Klein, who does this shit on the regular. Let's go over a couple more reasons as to why this entire thing was totally hopeless for Barbie.
What's the problem with the
don't
silver
understand that either.
dress? What?
I think that it was just seen as funny.
But you know,
What's
hold
funny? Like to make fun of me? Just because I'm ugly? Like what kind of funny?
Jews are so ugly, it's unreal. Oh my god. Oh, you guys can't see it, but I'm like putting my hands on my face. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know, every time I watch a Jar video, I keep thinking to myself, every person that Jar has made a video on, you know, that person is not so bad. The person that, like, I look at, like, Cruel World Happy Mind is a deceptive person, and I don't think she's a good person at all. But I'm looking, like, in this video, I'm looking at her, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe she's not so bad compared to Jar. Maybe Jar is just a little bit worse because of how incredibly fucking stupid he is.
So this bitch basically stepped into the lion's den, and this isn't even really the H3 podcast fault. You'd know by watching any episode that there is an entire crew in the studio. This entire debate is basically 2-on-1. So they went easy on her, but there easily could have been more. You think if Ethan and Gila were having trouble with her, then other crew members wouldn't step in? Again, this is a battle she chose, so the H3 podcast isn't at fault, but she chose a battle she was sure to lose. Speaking of lions, when you bring a mob who psychologically fuck with a single person in a debate, that's what I like to call convoying. That's not what's being done here, but I thought I'd bring it up.
Well, in the past, I would certainly commend Ela for having a very creative style. Often, some of the outfit ensembles that Ela chooses feels very childlike, with also Teddy Fresh having a little teddy bear as a logo. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting.
So, can you explain to me what's interesting about... By the way, yeah, what's interesting about that?
So at this point in the video, Ethan starts going on the offensive despite previously being cordial. But you can't really blame him for it because Barbie is literally accusing two parents of multiple children of being child predators based on nothing. One thing that's consistent for this entire debate.
No, she basically, what happened was she like pulled up pictures of Ela Klein wearing like merch that had like, I guess, children like stuff on it or decorations you would see normally children wear or whatever. And she accused Ela Klein of being a fucking predator because of that.
Is that Barbie is on the defensive, trying to bat away any incoming blows while Ethan and Gila are just constantly going in on her. This is the third reason as to why she lost. She's constantly on the defensive and never going on the offensive. Sad thing is, she could have put up some kind of resistance extremely easily. The H3 podcast responded to her entire video before, so she could have skimmed it to get an idea of what they would say, and form some kind of preemptive attack from it, but no. I guess that would be too much effort, and it would make it a lot harder for her to portray herself as a victim.
Yeah.
The insinuation that I'm grooming people, children, is not okay. It's just not.
Yeah, it's literally based off of nothing. It's just because Ela wore childlike clothes. But if you go to Cruel World Happy Minds video, she has like childlike merch, which by the way, she has ever since removed from her background in her videos. If you look at her newer videos, she removed it, I guess because of that. Because people were then doing the same thing to Cruel World Happy Mind and being like, oh, yeah, you know, she's got like childlike clothing, she has childlike hair. It's interesting. It's very interesting. We are here on the Iconismus TikTok, which you guys should definitely go follow if you want some exclusive shorts that you won't get anywhere else. Except YouTube Shorts, of course, but that's not the point. Go on Iconismus_, search that on TikTok. You will get clips of Asmongold. I think he deserves to be called out, especially considering he is an incredibly violent individual who justifies violence in America, and he's responsible for radicalizing a lot of people into being extremely far right. You have MAGA being scared of Mamdani. You have this Shy Lily clip, which is another plug for another video I did on Shy Lily. Guys, go check that out. Scroll down, you get Peach Jars only disliking Dan Clancy for selfish reasons. You've got Asmongold defending slavery. You've got some Frogan stuff. You've got some Subway takes here. So, what are you doing? Go on TikTok, search Iconismus_, and feel free to give me a follow there. I've been trying to grow the TikTok as much as possible. Thank you so much.
It's so destructive. It is so mean-spirited. It is so, and by the way, it's completely without basis.
She is clearly so internet poisoned that she has no idea what she did wrong. So then Ethan and Gila have to explain.
No, she knows exactly what she did wrong. Like, what the fuck are you even saying? She absolutely knows what she did wrong. She tried to pull a fast one and insinuate that Ethan was a fucking pedophile. And Hilo was a pedophile because she had childlike clothing on or whatever. And then after the stream, she went to go snark on Ethan again by going on fucking Chris Kunzler's stream. Like, Jar can't even get, like, basic facts right about this.
To her exactly how fucked up it is to wrongly accuse two parents of being pedophiles.
Bro, the fucking H3 community is not going to accept you, Jar. They will not care about you. They'll look at you, they will point at you, they will laugh at you, and then they will forget about you. You are not important, Jar.
Files. At a certain point, this basically turns from a debate into a lecture, because she is starting to get how bad shit looks. She tried derailing the conversation by talking about how she has a close family member on meth. Then again later by saying that her brother died, which, don't get me wrong, is very sad, but in this context, it just comes off as a manipulation tactic. Maybe that really isn't what she was trying to do, and she's just an airhead who needed to pivot to something personal because she was in distress and needed to be seen as more human. But that—
Didn't you, like... I could have sworn... I reacted to, like, one of Jar's responses to Cinnabear back in, like, September, or maybe, like, late August. I don't remember when specifically it was. But I reacted to one of Jar's responses. Didn't you, like, use one of, like, the events happening to you as, like, leverage in your response? I could be totally, like, misremembering, so that might not even be true, potentially. But, like, didn't you do that? I could have sworn Jar did that. Okay, I don't know, whatever. I'm too lazy to fucking look it up. I honestly just don't care. Like, Jar is just, like, such an idiot. Like, this is an unintelligent video, and so it's not even worth engaging with any of this intelligently, so whatever.
That's neither here nor there.
Like, if Jar is gonna be a fucking stupid idiot, I'm not gonna engage with this intelligently or even try to, because there's no having an intelligent conversation with Jar. Jar's an idiot.
After being wrecked for a while and not being able to worm her way out of responsibility, she just kind of laid down and took a stern talking to, like she was a daughter getting disciplined by her parents for sleeping with too many guys. She kept repeating her points, talking about personal shit, and saying that she has to be better moving forward.
If I earned $1 every time Jar tried way too hard to be funny, I feel like I'd be fucking Elon Musk at this point. I'd be able to cheat the tax system like Elon Musk does.
But do you
I'd be able to cheat it more if Jar tried to be funny that many times.
really think she stuck to this? Nah. After the debate, she didn't take her original video down, despite how shitty and filled with lies it was. She ended up only editing 1 minute and 15 seconds out, which the H3 podcast did not appreciate. But she did upload an apology video, but what was it about? Well...
Israel is 100% committing a genocide.
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Okay. I think that my life would have been better if I didn't hear that. The awkward pausing should probably speak volumes as to how I feel after listening to Jar forcing that laughter, the fake laughter. Listen, I subconsciously fake laugh in videos sometimes. I'm trying to like break away from him. I'm trying not to do it as much. But that was just awkward. That was yeah, okay, we're just going to move on from that.
So, one thing I was saving until now is that in her original video, she said some things that H3 considered anti-Semitic. And another part of the debate...
You've been anti-Semitic throughout this entire video, so I'm very curious to see how you're going to present this point.
Was Barbie saying she wasn't trying to make anti-Semitic arguments, and that she's still learning about Israel, Palestine, and anti-Semitic tropes. The kicker, though, is that only H3 gave a shit about this. Nobody else cared about the anti-Semitism. What people really cared about was that she referred to the conflict between Israel and Palestine as a conflict and not a genocide.
What the fuck do you mean no one actually cared about the anti-Semitism? Yes, they did. H3's community heavily picked up on it. So did I when I listened to her like literally say, I'm pretty sure it was in her second video where she said that like Ethan was getting like Israeli programming or whatever. She was like being very weirdly anti-Semitic in her video. Like she actually like she was being fucking anti-Semitic. Like people did care about it. What the fuck are you even talking about?
Now, instead of doing the rational thing and saying, I'm a drama channel, I don't know shit about backwards desert people across the globe killing each other over land, Barbie decides that she...
Oh my god, just like the way he engages with this topic is just so like... Okay, whatever. Like, this video is not intelligent whatsoever. This is a very fucking stupid video. Jar decided to go in the right-wing grifter pipeline, which is where he belongs, because he's a total idiot, and, like, I'm just not going to engage with this intelligently, because this guy's also not intelligent.
She needs to hit the books, and to learn absolutely everything about Israel and Palestine that she can. And to help her with this...
I think the internal calculator in Jar's head is, like, beyond repair. That's how much of a fucking idiot he is. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I think that there are just some neurons and electrons in his brain that are just not firing. Like, something is going on up in there that is just beyond repair. There is no fixing Jar. There's no helping him. Except being offline and learning how to not be fucking weird and not socially awkward. Because, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, listen, I get that some people struggle with being socially awkward. I've struggled with being socially awkward, but I was never this bad. Like, listening to Jar talk makes me, like, kind of, like, reaffirms me, and it's like, okay, at least I'm not this socially awkward. Which is pretty depressing, Jar, if you're, like, a litmus test to other socially awkward people for validating them for not thinking they're as socially awkward as they think they are. It's pretty sad, Jar, more than anything.
She needs the help of a gay nerd. This is Chris Kunzler, the man who is single-handedly saving Palestine by making TikToks.
Well, I don't think Chris Kunzler is, like, great. Like, obviously he snarks out on Ethan, and everything, and he is a little bit deceptive when it comes to his portrayal of information from Ethan. I feel like it's more so that, like, Chris probably... I don't know if, like, Chris intentionally tries to lie. Like, he's one of the more tame snarkers from what I've seen. He's just, like, not intentionally lying. He just, like, buys into snark talking points, and he just believes them and overvalidates them, which some people could argue is still just as bad. But, it does seem like he cares about conflicts in the Middle East. It does seem like he actually does care of these issues. He's had fundraisers for Palestine, and he actually has denounced anti-Semitism as well, or at least done so to the best of his ability. So I can extend, like, some credit to Chris Kunzler, you know, like, even if I don't agree with the ways he engages with some of this discussion, I can at least appreciate some amount of how he, I guess, like, does seem to care about these issues, unlike Cruel World Happy Mind, who just does it to virtue signal, and she has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. She literally didn't know that what October 7th was before she made her Ethan Klein hit piece or whatever, or even after.
During this live stream, Barbie basically goes back on literally everything she said to H3, and she doubles down on her video. That's not the interesting part, though. The interesting part is that between doing that, her and Chris basically talked about Jews in the exact same way that the alt-right did back in 2016.
Are you not part of the alt-right? Like, you're trying to appeal to that crowd with all the fucking anti-Semitic jokes that you made earlier in this video. Like, you're literally part of the alt-right.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure these guys were saying the same shit you hear a character in a Murdoch episode say. If you don't know what that is, then look it up. It's made by self-proclaimed National Socialist, but it's really funny. The difference is that when the right talks about Jews, that's all conspiracy theories and Nazism, but when the left does it, they're just pro-Palestine and the Jews are actually the real Nazis. Okay, I'm going off script for this point, but I really need to say this. It is so funny to me that not too long ago, like maybe a year ago, leftists were constantly complaining about Magneto and other villains like him.
When were leftists complaining about Magneto? What the fuck? I thought it was, like, conservatives and anti-woke people that were complaining that Magneto was, like, getting race-swapped or whatever. And listen, like, race-swapping can be a little bit unnecessary at times, but they were literally, like, pearl-clutching over it. When were leftists getting mad about it?
Saying things like, do you seriously think all people who were oppressed are just destined to become just like their oppressors? Magneto is a Holocaust survivor, and you made him into a
Bro, Jar has, like, 8-bit songs that I actually enjoy, and he's making me hate them, and making them sound more fucking obnoxious in this video. Oh my god.
Nazi, and now they're saying that the Jews are just like the Nazis. And they don't see the irony of this. Leftists literally did a complete 180. They are literally arguing against the point they made a year ago. It honestly makes me wonder if you could recommend one of those old Hitler books 4chan used to tell everyone to read. Like if you told them about Culture of Critique by Kevin MacDonald, The International Jew by Henry Ford.
And I can't wait for what comes next.
Or maybe even Siege by James Mason. Would they actually pick
Oh wow, I'm surprised you didn't make a Mein Kampf joke there with how much anti-Semitism was in this video.
it up and read it? Would they like it even though they are the same books promoted by the far right less than 10 years ago? Honestly, the way they are talking about Jews during this livestream has me thinking that if I asked them if they thought the Holocaust actually happened in private, they'd have more to say than just yes. And maybe I could even get them to watch The Greatest Story Never Told. I condemn all of this.
I'm gonna censor that as well. I'm not trying to take any risks. Like, it's just like, Jar's been showing a lot of like weird imagery that I just like have to censor.
By the way, all of this stuff is terribly anti-Semitic, and I absolutely love Jews in Israel. If you see Barbie and
Yeah, this video clearly does not communicate that message, but okay.
Chris in the wild, though, maybe recommend them one of these books, just to see if they'll actually read them. I actually forgot this video was about Cruel World Happy Mind for a second, and I just wanted to talk about red pill shit I found on Poll, so yeah. Basically, she snaked Ethan and Hila, took all of her concessions back, and another podcast that—
I have to remind everybody that's watching this video, Jar is in his 30s saying all this shit. This is a grown-ass dude who has no self-awareness and thinks that he's funny with all these fucking jokes. But he doesn't realize that everybody points and laughs at him, and that he is just a forever alone motherfucker. That somehow has a girlfriend, I guess. I guess that gives me a little bit of fucking hope for my lonely ass. But, alright, cool, dude.
Episode was made on her, where Ethan asked the question, why is it okay for your military
This guy also somehow has a job as well. I don't even know how this guy, like, with how fucking stupid he is, I'm surprised he's able to fill out a job application to begin with. Do you think he gets somebody to fill out his job application for him, maybe? Or does he have, like, maybe, like, a disability accommodation thing or some shit? And I'm not trying to say that to be, like, ableist. Like, I'm genuinely asking because, like, Jar is just, like, I don't see Jar being, like, capable enough to fill out a fucking job application. I legitimately am convinced Jar is just that stupid.
Husband to willingly join the army and kill brown children, but it's wrong for my wife to do her mandatory military service and also kill brown children, which in my opinion,
Hila didn't even kill any. Oh my fucking god, this guy is so dumb. Hila didn't even fucking participate in any of that. Like, IDF service is mandatory, but she didn't even participate in any killing of fucking Palestinian children. You're so stupid. You're so dumb. Holy fuck, Jar is such an idiot. He is so unbelievably stupid. His brain is the size, it's even smaller than a pebble. It's like the size of an ant or a fucking amoeba. It's the size of an amoeba. That's how big your brain is. You have like less than a singular brain cell. Anything that, like, it is smaller than anyone could conceive in their fucking brain. No matter how smart you are, you can't conceive how stupid Jar is. That's how dumb he is.
It is absolutely base and I applaud it. You really need to give it to Ethan for taking her terminally online logic and using it against her. Though at this
The irony.
point, I really think the internet has her so brain broken that they really could get her to leave her husband by bullying her hard enough. She even said at one point that she'd disavow a family member for not supporting trans people. Like, okay, I'm sure your husband doesn't crack jokes with his military.
Okay, I'm gonna censor that as well, cause... Alright, wow, cool, okay, great. More slurs.
Buddies when they're alone. So there's one last thing I want to cover before the video ends. Another gay nerd. At some point, Barbie made a response to all the drama on her second channel, and took it down. Thankfully, though, I have this possible pooner who saved it, and... look at all that K-pop shit on the walls! This guy's room, or booth, or whatever, literally looks the same as a 14-year-old girl's. And I know this because a long time ago, I had a friend whose sister's room looked exactly like this.
I don't even know why we're giving Adam McIntyre energy. Like, he's a fucking nobody. The only reason he's relevant was because of the Colleen Ballinger shit, where Colleen Ballinger was, like, sending inappropriate messages in a group chat toward two children. Colleen Ballinger shouldn't be a content creator, but, like, everybody got so fucking annoying about the Colleen Ballinger situation and sensationalized it into grooming when it actually was not grooming whatsoever. And then, not gonna lie, Ethan Klein contributed to that narrative and saying that what Colleen Ballinger did was grooming, and, like, was, like, part of the reason Adam McIntyre got on the map in the first place, and then Adam McIntyre went and snarked after Ethan, like, right after. Like, Ethan has, like, a weird habit of, like, being overly, like, giving too much attention to people that, like, constantly fucking hate him. And so, like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but, like, Ethan is part of the reason why Adam McIntyre is relevant to begin with. So, like, it is what it is. And now Adam McIntyre is, like, I guess convinced that he's, like, a perpetual victim of grooming, despite the fact that there was no grooming that happened whatsoever. But okay, dude.
I don't care if you're gay. Dude, this is fucking embarrassing. Basically, he says some shit that amounts to something something I started a war I couldn't win, or something something I'm a victim and also gay.
Dude, Adam McIntyre is a drama fiend, and I don't think Adam McIntyre is a great guy, but this video might actually make me like Adam McIntyre. Like, you are actually, like, you're just that pathetic, Jar. Like, I might actually feel a little more for Adam McIntyre currently than I feel for you.
All the shit you would expect after hearing him talk for about 5 seconds, and implying that the H3 fanbase is worse than H3 Snark, despite his fanbase never trying to get people's kids taken away for no reason. And then after 8 whole minutes, he actually starts playing Barbie's fucking video. Let's just say I can tell why she deleted it. A big chunk of it is just, I'll do better! But then she gets to the point where she starts talking about how good her research is, and
why is he even relevant to the video? Why are you even playing Adam McIntyre to begin with? How does he even relate to the video whatsoever? What is this?
how it's getting better.
My research has very high standards.
After making one of the most horribly researched, horribly argued videos on the Kleins out there. and conceding to multiple errors on their podcast.
And while
Oh my fucking god, dude.
recently, I have upped those standards even more to provide the most accurate information.
What do you mean your research is getting better? Was it worse before? I'm not watching this bitch's old videos, but if you're a subscriber and you have any opinions based off her videos, then you'd better do your own research to make sure it's not founded in complete bullshit.
That does not mean that my research was not far better than most content out there. And I'm sorry, but I'm just saying that.
I agree with her. I agree with her completely here.
This guy is literally one of the biggest fruitcakes I've ever seen. Anyway.
Oh my god, just like the weird, like, jokes we're making here. Like, anti-Semitism. Now we're, like, getting weirdly homophobic with some of the jokes by, like, calling him fruitcake. Like, that's a little bit strange. I don't know. Like, you could honestly chalk it up to, like, Jar not having fucking self-awareness or even understanding what that could mean. But at this point, Jar is trying to appeal to right-wingers so much that it just, like, I don't know, man. I don't think anybody wants Jar at this point. Like, he's just that pathetic of a human being. Like, not the left doesn't want him. The right doesn't want him. H3 people and H3's community doesn't want him. Like, Jar is just going to be left in the dust, and he's going to be forgotten about. He's just going to be some weird fucking clanker that people laugh at. Because that's what he is. He's a fucking stupid, malfunctioning clanker.
Then she starts talking about misogynistic women.
The only slur that's acceptable to say on YouTube.
And quote-unquote pick-me's in her audience.
The main thing that has led me to really reflect on this.
I still don't know how. Like, literally, you've shown Adam McIntyre for, like, the past few minutes, and I still have no idea how he even relates to this whatsoever. He's just a fucking nobody as far as I'm concerned.
And try to make a positive change in my content has really been realizing the amount of misogynistic women that had been following me prior to all of this. An archetype that is worse than the pick-me.
And how they flock to her videos to tear down other women, because she's a perfect little angel and totally doesn't do the exact same thing. Like most of your videos, it's just about tearing down other women.
Bro, you're a literal fucking sex pest, and you make jokes about women all the time. Like, you do anti-SJW content. What the fuck are you even talking about? Like, I think Jar is just, like, pretending that his past doesn't exist. That's what he's doing here. He's, like, trying to pretend that he does none of these things. He's just gonna just pretend the fact that he didn't defend Cinnabare for the alleged, what seemed to be grooming. Like, let's be fucking real. It definitely is, like, as time goes on, like, I'm leaning more and more towards it being grooming. And then, like, you fucking literally just, like, defending just, like, everything that is, like, anti-SJW, and yet you're condemning Ava Tyson, who was, like, inappropriate, but wasn't, like, grooming children or even remotely communicated that they wanted to have sex with children. Like, you're a fucking... Whatever. Okay. Whatever.
You made a joke in your H3 video about Gila's...
It's just, like, I'm just, like... I don't even know why I'm trying to imply intelligence to this video. There's no point. You can't reason with people like Jar. He's just not going to be able to compute it in his fucking tiny pebble brain. His amoeba brain that you can't conceive as any... Like, no matter how smart you are as a human being, you cannot conceive how stupid Jar is.
Being ugly.
That's how dumb he is.
You thought you weren't going to cultivate an audience of mean girls? I don't buy it for one single second. Pretty much all women engage in that type of behavior. I asked a couple of women to help me write this video, and I couldn't use, like, any of the shit they said about you, because even I thought it was going too far. Also...
Whoa, base Jar, oh my god.
Don't even get me started on how you called other girls pick-me's after taking on an entirely new political position, just because you thought doing so would make the internet like you more. Anyways, then she goes on about making her content more positive and less toxic.
I'm hoping that shifting my content into a more positive light will make it very clear that my content is not about making fun of women.
I don't buy this for a second. You've been staring into the abyss that is YouTube drama.
Wow, you made like the most basic read, Jar. Good job.
For too long. You can't do that without the abyss looking back at you and making you part of it. Believe me, I know. You're not getting out. The only way is through your channel dying, which, honestly, it probably won't. People are mass disliking all of your videos because the controversy is fresh, but drama people have an extremely short attention span and memory. If you just kept grinding in the first place like nothing ever happened, then you could have avoided all of this, but...
You responded to the... Oh my god, the fucking... I think Jar has like a fucking brainworm. You responded to the Cine drama like 5 times. You made like 5 different videos in response to like the cine drama because you couldn't recover from how much of a fucking abysmal dumpster fire you got yourself in. And like it was only after like your 5th response did you finally decide to start making content again, and your content has just been abysmal dog shit. Like unironically, Jar, fucking delete your channel. Delete your fucking channel and just go offline indefinitely. Unironically, Jar, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to listen to you talk ever again. You don't provide anything meaningful to society. You don't say anything meaningful to the world. You just, like, you spew garbage, and now you're going on this pathetic right-wing anti-Semitic grift because nobody else wants you in the fucking world. Shut the fuck up, log off, delete your fucking channel, and like, just stop. Just stop. You're not funny. Like, you're actually just not funny. People point and laugh at you. That's all you exist to do, is you just exist to be other people's amusement.
I guess you have the lolcow gene because you just couldn't stop responding. Barbie got in way over her head, and the future of her channel pretty much depends on if she can prevent it happening again. At this point, there's blood in the water, and people are probably going to attempt to capitalize on that in the future, especially since she made herself out to be an easy target. But if she can manage to resist her lolcow gene, then she'll probably be fine.
The lack of self-awareness is killing me.
Thank God I'm not like her. Am I right, boys? Anyway.
No, I guess he's gonna lean into, like, those jokes.
My next video is gonna be a 3rd response to the City Bear drama that happened like over a year ago.
So that's the strategy, is making jokes about the Cine Bear lolcow shit just to lean into it. Dude, this guy is a fucking moron. Like, it would be one thing if you, like, I don't know, like, some people have made jokes like that and leaned into their controversies well. Like, Hassan can do it. Like, he can joke about shocking his dog and, like, lean into that controversy and, like, kind of make it okay. You are trying way too hard to do that. Like, I can tell that's exactly what you're trying to do, which makes it less funny.
So
it's, like, not as natural.
Get excited for some more Jar Tent. Please send me money on Patreon so I can increase the budget of these videos.
Abso-fucking-lutely not. I have way better things I could spend my money on than sending it to you. Jesus Christ.
And check out my other channel where I do full reviews of movies and TV shows. My full review of iRobot just released, and I think it's a pretty good one. This has been Just a Jewbot, future president of Israel, and until next time, happy Hanukkah.
What a fucking loser. Jesus Christ, dude.